Yeah, they're gutted. Technically, we're in Kentucky. But do you see what that is over there? That's the Cincinnati Reds baseball stadium. And I wish the Reds were in town because I would go to a baseball game because I want to like try to hit all of the stadiums. But one of the things you'll notice, and maybe let me zoom in again. Do you see where that red sign is? Let's see if we can see that. You see where it says Reds? Right to the right of it is two smokestack looking things. And you know what that is? That's to represent a riverboat. That's what that is. And that's where we're at today. And if we move over here, you can see USS Nightmare. Okay? And this side over here is Kentucky, and there's a lot of entertainment up here. And you can see that's an AMC theater up there. And then that is a riverboat. And on the other side is Cincinnati, Ohio. On this side is Kentucky. Okay? So, let's give you a little update. We have literally filmed 3 haunted houses, 2 trade shows, and a rent fair today. This will be the next haunt, and then after this, we're going to Den School Hall. So it's like, I don't think anyone's ever done this before. Literally, we have made 5,000 videos today. No, not 5,000. But we're going to go over to, oh, and by the way, look at this. There's Paul Brown Stadium over there. You see that? Paul Brown is the founder of the Cleveland Browns, I believe, but then he migrated over to Cincinnati, and then they became the Bengals, and he was a coach.
And it's the Paycor Stadium now, right?
So the son still owns the Bengals. And here's Terry. Hey, Terry.
Hello.
And now you're one of the owners here? Okay.
Yep, my parents, my family.
So were you footballing it up today?
I was.
Were you upset about the ending?
I was, but hey, it's better than last week.
Our son was at the game in
Oh,
Kansas
was
City
he?
with Bengals, rooting for Bengals,
Now,
even though we're in Missouri.
Can I ask you, even though we're about to go on your ship over here, do you like the owner, Paul Brown?
I think his daughters are doing a great job. They run it now. I mean, he's really the figurehead, but I mean, they're really doing all the work, and I think they're doing a great job.
Because he's been known as literally the worst owner in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean,
the cheapskate.
he's. I think the girls have figured it out, and they're trying to do better.
And you've got like literally a great quarterback, great wide receivers, and you've started off 0-2 again. As of the recording of this video, the Bengals lost with 2 seconds left, field goal.
By 1 point. Yep.
Yeah.
No, just by 1 point.
It's horrible.
We missed a field goal, and we had 2 penalties. Although, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I think my son said that they were in for the Chiefs.
Larry, turn around.
And by the way, I want to say for the record that I was rooting for the Bengals when they played the Rams, and they totally got cheated because that wasn't pass interference. The Bengals should have their first Super Bowl. And so, by the way, I was rooting for the Bengals, just FYI. And so we're here at USS Nightmare. So Terry, as we walk towards the gangway, can you tell us about the USS Nightmare?
So the boat is an old Army Corps of Engineers dredge boat. It worked in the rivers, dredging the Missouri River, really dredging up the mud and the silt, to make the waters navigable. And it was moored, and it broke loose, and it hit several bridges.
Yeah, I know.
the
The back of it's a little smashed up.
Smashed in. And that is what is known as the Mitchell Massacre.
The Mitchell Massacre.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna walk down this way. But is there a lot of like issues with having a haunted house on a riverboat, like from the Coast Guard?
There's no Coast Guard because it's a permanently moored vessel. Now we own riverboats, so the boat thing is kind of natural to us. We know how boats work. This would not be for somebody that doesn't really know what they're doing on the waters. But yes, there are always all kinds of challenges.
Is there like hull repairs you have to make to keep?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, so this is a permanent haunted house now, right?
Well, I mean,
That's all it is a haunted house.
Yeah,
It only operates in the Halloween season.
Yeah.
Do you open it for Krampus or Valentine's or anything like that?
We move it out of Newport up to Dayton the rest of the year.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah,
I
and
didn't
we have
know
to bring in
that.
a big a crane and a barge and move it. And
Wow.
What is the purpose of moving it?
I mean, it can't stay here. The city,
Prime real estate.
Yeah, it is prime real estate. So
It's fine for Halloween to have a Halloween boat, but it's not fine at Christmas to have a Halloween boat on.
Ah, I get it.
So the aquarium has a lot of entertainment
when
functions.
they have
and
weddings and stuff that overlook the river,
brides
and it's not
don't
really
necessarily. They look at the venue and see it with a nice beautiful river view, and then they do an October wedding and
So how many square feet is it inside this boat?
around 20,000.
Do you use all 20,000 for the haunt?
We use as much as we can. There's a lot of equipment still inside though.
This is
We left all
to
the
be here.
steam engines and everything in it.
And you
so-
utilize all that for the haunted house? Okay. Now, you're in Kentucky, and that's Cincinnati. How do they find you? Like, what is your website address for the USS Nightmare?
USSNightmare.com.
Did you have more than one of these haunted houses at one point?
We've had another USS Nightmare. This is the second one. I mean, but this one's bigger than that one. This is our.
We used a smaller boat. Our first boat we used for 5 years. Then it went to Pittsburgh, and then it went to Louisville. So it ran out in a couple other cities. And then when it came back here, it was in storage and sank.
This boat
this
actually
actually-
sank that boat. It sat on top of it and
Yeah.
sunk it.
Did you have to raise it?
Oh yeah.
Holy cow, what are some of the challenges to running a haunted house on an old barge boat like that?
Well, you're a caretaker for an old steamboat that was built in the 1930s. So you got roofing problems and hull problems that you got to tend to, and you just can't leave it go. But I mean, she was built for the government, so it was well built, and she's been pretty good.
Wow. Now, do you find that people want to come here, like when they think of like a haunt on a boat, first thing that comes into your mind is Titanic. You know what I'm saying? It's like Titanic, like, do you play into some of that? Like, what are some of the marketing strategies of why?
Play into sinkings.
No sinkings. But in terms of it's scary, because it's on the river, on the water. Is there like marketing strategies that go into that?
Well, we actually walk you over top the water, and you'll see in a few minutes. There's the walkways from the first to second deck are in the wheel wells, and you're walking over the water. So we use the water to our advantage, and of course people are freaked out because it is a boat floating on the water, and we highlight the story of the boat. So we make it very clear we're on a historic steamboat.
Has anyone ever gotten so scared they jumped off the boat into the water?
Not into the water yet, but not one. But
Yeah.
she runs a riverboat company, and when that happens, it puts everybody in emergency mode. So we hope it doesn't happen here.
Do you have to have any special precautions because it is a boat? Like you have to keep life jackets or anything like that? No.
The Coast Guard has the Coast Guard has jurisdiction for boats, but when a boat becomes permanently moored, it's more like a land structure. So it becomes something that's looked at by the city just like any other.
Yeah, the fire department inspects us. It's not the Coast Guard
We
for
don't have the Coast Guard
firefighting and that kind of
regulations.
stuff.
What kinds of stuff do you change every year? Like, do you change it a lot?
We make a lot of changes, but we don't change the rooms wholesale. No, I mean we've got an engine room. It's going to pretty well be an engine room forever. It's just what props are in it and which direction do you walk through it. So we make a lot of changes to keep things fresh and keep people that know the boat a little confused. But
Do you keep a nautical theme all the way through? Is there like a storyline? What's the storyline of it?
well, it starts when the boat was built, and it ran for 50 or 60 years as a dredge on the river. It was hard, grueling work. A lot of people got hurt. A lot of people died. And you see the video when you're on the bow of the boat hitting the 4 bridges and breaking loose. The news in Kansas City that night calls it the Mitchell Massacre. So that's when the Mitchell became the Nightmare, when the museum for the old steamboat became a haunted ship, and we start to tell the story now of the entity and the crazy crew members that are on board.
So you go on this side, and I'm assuming you come off that side. Okay. So can we go over to the boat? All right, let's make our way over there.
I'm excited. It looks freaky already.
She looks scared to me.
Is looks creepy.
All right, here, I'll go after you guys.
Great
Oh, look at that. Hauntworld top 13.
Woohoo!
There we go. We're
Got that
very...
up just in time.
He got that up in just in time. Look at that. He's like a comedian.
One of my favorite already.
He's an absolute comedian. I will tell you, walking across this alone is scary. Just walking across this gangway is scary. Because you're looking down and what do you see? Whoa, I'm leaving the land. Now let me ask you a question. Once you cross this gangway, are you experiencing the haunt?
You're on the boat. We take your photograph. You start to see a video of some of the history. There's characters on the bow that are telling bits and pieces of the story. Yeah, you're on the boat.
All right, where do you go from here?
We try to make the transition from the shore. There's a queuing line here, and we go across the bow. There's a TV that shows the video.
How much does it cost to go through it?
25 to 35 is the range right now.
25 to 35?
Yeah.
And these are all the machines that are natural to the boat.
This was the dredge right here.
Does it-
Yeah, right.
Does any of this stuff still work?
I've worked it, yes.
Yeah.
With air, not with steam. But we've pulled on these cables. What they would do with these cables is they would pull up where they in the shallow water. They would drop them in a crisscross pattern about a quarter mile upriver, back down on them. And then they could be, by the way they moved them, they could move back and forth and dredge a wide path. So they could take the meandering Missouri River and make it into a navigable river for large barges like they have today. We have pictures of the boat where it turned into cornfields on big bends so that they could create a place for barges to pass. And there's cornfield on both sides of it, and it's cutting a path right through the cornfield.
Wow.
Big shortcut of bend.
So right here, is this part of the queue line, or you're just
Yeah,
like...
you're in the fast pass line. The longer line is the one that is here. There's scare stations here that they can do things with. They're watching a video. We tell a story of some of our crew members along the way.
And this is where you go in?
No, we got to go around the corner.
Okay, after you. And this is a real old rusty boat. So this boat is basically 100 years old.
Approaching that, yes. Watch your step.
What is the lifespan of this boat? Like, are you, like, will it make it another 100 years? No?
Sorry.
No. The hull, at some point the hull is going to need extensive work, and it's a big boat, so
It wouldn't be worth it?
that'll be a question for the owner. I would get to the point where it's not.
Yeah.
And there's old steamboats dotted all over America. The Boblo boats are the ones that come to mind. There used to be the boats around the Boblo Island. They finally gave up trying to save one of them, and I think they're still trying to save the second one. And they've been, a decade or more trying to save an old steamboat. They're just getting worse and worse as they're doing it.
Which is perfect for us.
Now in St. Louis, they had a boat called the Admiral, and they scrapped it, unfortunately. It was famous in St. Louis.
It was my favorite of all boats with the
Yeah.
stainless steel and the Art Deco look.
Yeah, you remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I rode it many times.
We walked through with the people that ran that. We walked through your haunt down in St. Louis when you were selling it. They were looking at the McDonald's barge when we had the first boat. They wanted us to come down and say, could we do a haunt on them? They almost bought the McDonald's barge, and then they started looking at your place because they were the ones. They also ran Pittsburgh, and they're the ones that took the boat to Pittsburgh. And they did very well with it in Pittsburgh, and they could see that we were doing very well here.
Wow.
Unfortunately, the Admiral's gone.
Yeah.
There's no boats at all on the riverfront of St.
Our
Louis.
new dock, BB Riverboats dock came from St. Louis.
Oh, yeah.
It was the casino boats dock that was there.
I think it has something to do with like a little too violent, the water there.
Well, it's not really a controlled river, so they have uncontrolled high water and uncontrolled low water. Right? I've never seen a place where there was only one way to get away from their dock one time when I was down there. Beautiful location, they were sitting right outside the arch, but it got so shallow they could barely come in and go from their dock.
Yeah, it's been up and down, and there's lots of boats that broke away and sank. So, all right. So, what do? You get it like
we start to tell a story. It's all about the history of the William Mitchell. You're in the museum. We've got some moving portraits that'll come alive and start to tell you the story. Start to give you information about the captain and his daughter, and who lives aboard, and some of the crazy stuff that you're about ready to see.
All right, let's go.
Now, is this wood?
And look at this floor, guys. It's themed. It's 100% themed. And here's blueprints of the boat. Oh, so you board an elevator.
Well, we call it our crash simulator because, of course, we want to simulate the. We want to simulate the if it's all on.
The William S. Nightmare was designed and constructed by the U.S.
Do you have a
Got the house lights on.
Do you have a capacity limit?
On this,
Like because of like on a super busy night? Is there a limit to how many you can do because you have the pre-show?
Reports
well, it's
human bones were
we
often
can put this at the front of our door, we can slow this down but what it did is it allowed us to do some better show because when you have a throttle, you know, faster speeds the rest of as much as it hurts your throughput,
top secret
it provides it.
projects.
Classified documents confirm the Army's ultra-secret military experiments.
Is this the boat here?
It would be
Was
shaking
discovered when the ship mysteriously broke free of its moorings.
William S. Mitchell right there.
So this is the boat, this is Elwin.
Wow.
Local news
Takes the stuff up on the front,
as the ship
puts it out
crashed
the back.
into bridge after bridge.
Is that the destruction of the back? Did you guys fix it?
I'm resting a lot of it. The roof is still, getting rid of the smokestack. The roof has been weatherized. We've arrested it and repaired it.
Cool.
It's
So
very,
this would have been a very violent ride, as you know, if the air was on our
yeah. This is a very Disney-esque way of starting it, you know?
And now you're in the ship, and yes, this is a real ship. Steel. Does it have any watertight compartments?
30.
Yeah, 30.
About 29.
29, but who's counting? How many actors do you have in here?
There's about 36 to 50.
And there's an animatronic. And yeah, this is and even when where you've built these walls, you try to. The crew is sleeping. You try to mimic the walls to be like part of the steel structure. Like this is so cool. Like you can't make this, you know, all this machinery up.
We've got two of these, one on each side of the boat. And it goes the full length, and you're just seeing part of the engine.
Holy cow! Now you got to dip down underneath like a. Yeah, I mean this is like a real ship. This is no joke. And I guess that's like an engine.
That's the pump that pumps. The way the dredge works is it's got a dustpan dredge that you lower down, and it has all these jets. But that pump through an 8-inch line pumps high pressure, and it hits like a pressure washer, stirs the bottom of the rubber up, and then a big 34-inch pump sucks it out.
Oh, I see a tunnel up there.
Yeah.
It's like what haunted house doesn't have one? Look at that. Now I have to ask you, how the heck did you get that in here?
Let's just say we took down some walls.
Okay,
My guy swore we wouldn't have to, but when it got here, we had to.
that's impressive because of the ceiling height.
Perfect. You won't find one of these displayed better. Take in front of a big 34-inch pump.
Awesome.
So we built the our vortex is built.
Yeah, and
Sit on top of it.
you're incorporating all this original stuff.
Yeah. So you're in the vampire land. One of the things that we've done that's a little bit different than other haunts is we've created an immersive product. So we try to get people to be immersed into the show. One of the ways we do that is with the RIP experience. With the RIP experience, there's about 6 areas. This is one of them.
Yeah.
Regular customers will go through the lair. The vampire will grab the ones that have the blinky necklaces, bring them in here, we'll drink blood with them and indoctrinate them into the British vampire clan. So one of them will be initiated as a vampire. They'll spend a couple minutes in here and move on. So the experience goes from about 30 to about 45 minutes.
Holy
Go
cow.
back. During the hot
With a blinking necklace. So
Yeah,
this is the first of the scenes where they get pulled off, and then when they're done, they'll get put back in.
How many?
So
Just 2 maybe? 2 of
we
those?
try to do groups of 4 to 5, but sometimes it's only 6. We've got 5 minutes to
Look at all this, like, real machinery in here. Like, in all seriousness, this, like, stuff is 90 years old. This is all probably all original to the ship.
It is.
And they're utilizing all this natural. And then, of course, you got an actor scare box there. I guess it's really challenging to design a maze to go through something like this.
Well, I can tell you that over 30 years, 25 years, the maze on the first deck has had a lot of different versions. When we first got it, we were in the mode of put up all these walls, and it maybe took another 10 minutes to go through, but there was a lot of long, dark, black corridors, and you didn't get to feel how massive the engine room was. The way we've opened it up now, that you can see one end of the engine room to the other through different areas without all those walls, that you feel the vastness of the engine room now.
Wow.
It is.
Brings out a more authentic feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
And believe me, it took about 5 years to get all the walls out because it was so hard for us to break that habit.
And now we're going across a rope bridge. A lot of this stuff is just so authentic looking.
Well, because it's real.
No, I know, I get that. I get
The
that.
hot show and seeing the plastic steam valves and plastic meters, and because we've got, it's like they came down and made the molds off of our stuff. We've got doors in a couple areas where we can slow groups down and keep groups separated if they start to have trouble. And the actor can get them through here, and then you can see he's got an actor
Yeah,
pass.
we'll get rid of him.
We do a lot of, we make sure the actor can go in different directions so that
And there's,
the actors feel like 60.
man, it's like, how many people, like, do you know, like, when this thing was operating as a real boat, okay?
A crew of 60.
60 people to keep this thing up and running. Unbelievable.
About 40 of them were in the crew quarters that got crushed by the crash.
And see, technically, all this Egyptian stuff could be like cargo.
Yes, this is the cargo hall. You're exactly right. And we've got-
Like in Indiana Jones, you know.
Yep.
Look at that. You walk over that
Yeah,
and it's like
scary.
a million miles below your feet. Look at that, a mop bucket. I mean, a mop drops on your head.
They're transporting a prisoner from New Orleans that has a voodoo history this year. One of
Look at that. All real.
Wow.
Nothing fake. And look at that. You walk up to this, and it's like all real.
I know that he wants to get a picture of you in there.
Yeah, can we leave her there? Like, can you lock her in permanently?
With the actor door here, though, one of the
I'll
things
be
they'll do.
No, you won't be good. You're lying.
One of the things they'll do with the RIP group is, as the group's passing, they'll grab the last one here, put them in here. When your group comes around, they'll make them do something to get them out.
What is this button push to exit for?
There's dumpster water.
Okay, dumps the water. From there into
I'm ready
there.
to say it opens a magnetic door. That's
You got a machine gun up here and a grenade.
Yeah, and back in the war days, the boat got taken over
Larry,
by
look. I look over here looking for a doorknob. I'm like, oh my God, Terry really did lock me in. It's way up here.
No, stay,
Alan,
stay.
I said, Alan.
Stay forever. Oh, there you go.
truck.
Oh, it looks like you're hauling uranium.
Yes.
And there's electric chair. Now do you
I'll
go?
go up and open the door and come down and open the door.
Do you go this way?
This is the way I'm going to go. I'm going to rush real quick and get.
Chris, I can just go down the steps upstairs.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Holy cow! Look at the rust. That's like how it's supposed to be, folks.
Yep.
That's how it's supposed to be. Look at this. It's freaking insane.
You got to look down. You're walking over the river now.
Oh my goodness. And there's the paddle wheel. Now, is that a real paddle wheel?
There's a real paddle wheel. We're walking through the wheel well.
And that's how it, like, would run down the river, was with that paddle wheel.
Yes.
One on both sides.
Holy cow, you're looking at a
And that's how we're able to get wheelchairs through the house.
90-year-old paddle wheel.
Wow.
Unlike a lot of haunts that when they have steps, we're not ADA accessible, but we can get a wheelchair through pretty good.
I bet you tell people, do not get your cell phones out.
So whenever you see a boat and they've got that like round moon thing, that's what we're in. And so that goes through the water to paddle this down
The river.
the river. Unbelievable.
Larry, look at the fish. Larry, look at the fish.
Yeah, they're gutted.
Yeah.
All right. We're resuming our tour.
Drop portrait. They've got an air blaster. The vintage jukebox is playing when they come in. There's a vintage movie playing on the wall.
Postcards from home.
And if you are one of the special VIPs, this is another one of the rooms here.
Another VIP room.
It's what we call the RIP, yes.
Can they get alcohol in here?
Some do and some don't. Most of them aren't lucky enough to get the real stuff. They get the homemade brew is really good.
What a creative way to get
So the guy's gonna place the gamble with them. The captain doesn't know about the room. If you're in here, you're special. We'll make sure nobody knows you're here. There'll be fog and lights. They'll play a light show here. And then there is one shot of alcohol. The rest of it's vinegar or tea or things you might not want. He's really good at giving the vinegar.
Well, we're planning like a big renovation to the darkness, and we're going to be putting in a secret bar.
We do that on our stream night.
Oh, and here's their security room and maintenance room. And look at that, they're monitoring everything in here. And look at the sound system, jeez. Like you're doing it all up right here.
The local facility is like 6 floors of retail went out. We got the whole sound system.
Oh, really?
Years ago, yeah. So you're entering the captain's quarters. This is where he hangs out.
Now I do notice there's a lot of original photos of the boat, like everywhere.
Stay here.
Wow, this is cool.
So the captain would be here. You want to probably stay there. This is
Larry, look back on this. Look back on this room. Doesn't that look cool? Look at those old chairs.
This is the way the
You
customer-
really feel like you're in a
You go this way?
captain's quarters.
This was a hidden door that he'll open up when the group's all ready to move forward.
I mean, it definitely feels like you're on an old boat, that's for sure. And I'm sure this is original to the boat right here.
These are all the officer quarters. Each one of these rooms was an officer quarter.
Like, how long would they stay on these boats at a time? The boat dredged in the spring and summer. Hold on a second.
How do we not have that? I would love that.
Here we go, you ready?
It's great for
And look at the rabbit. Whoops.
it's right there.
Hold on, do it. Look at that. Is that a scare? All right.
I think it's poison props.
Poison props. All right, here, let's try it
I
again.
think it's poison props. Boy, I get them all confused.
All right, look at the little baby rabbit with his trick-or-treat candy and all his little stuffed animals.
You can tell with all the dolls we're getting into. There's a delay there. It's going to go off.
Yeah, here we
I'm so.
Missed it again. Look inside the rabbit.
When we bought Mindy, she was laying on the table, and my guy said, "She's real." And I said, "She's not real. It's fake." And they said, "She's real." They just knew they had an actor laying on the table.
Is this original? Like all this little wooding? And...
Well, it came from some parts of the boat.
All right, here, let's
So
try
they got
this.
me to go over. They said, I said, I'll go over and I'll touch her and I'll show you. She's not real. And I got over there and I decided it really isn't a good place to touch her. If she is real, I'm gonna get slapped. So I decided. I mean, I was questioned enough. I felt it was better not to do it.
Here, let's see if we can trigger it this time. Ooh, look at the little girl trick-or-treating with all her little dolls. Ooh. Now, you know what I like is this is like all original, it looks like. And this is where the captain would have slept, and this is where his drawers are.
The captain will be a little farther forward, but yeah, the officers had built-in beds.
When I was a kid. And my bedroom, yeah.
All
My
right.
dad would travel and bring me back with his antebellum doll.
And there's doll parts.
On our extreme night, we put a character inside the costume so that it moves. So when the captain had his daughter on board, this is where she stayed. So she had to have her dollhouse and everything else.
And look at that. Not playing well with the Barbies. You go this way? Now let me guess, this drops.
That's the.
Look at that drop. Whoa! That is definitely scary.
Terrifying! Holy moly!
When you're smoking, he's coming up and they've got everybody looking over to feed him.
That's terrifying! Woo! Are you scared, Larry? Did you shit your pants?
We've got 2 escape rooms, one each side. We both being the same. The RIP guest will get put in there as a 5-minute escape room.
So where do you go from here?
Into the.
So if they have a ticket for the 5-minute escape, they get stopped right there?
They get after they get in that room, they'll go into there.
They just come through. They just keep moving.
They don't get stopped, but they've got necklaces so the crew can identify them. They're blinking.
Yeah, I like how you say crew.
Yeah.
You're on a board. You're on board a boat.
They'll get this is one of the rooms that they'll pull the RIP into. The character gets put in the seat. The clown makes him up as a clown, so they leave the house with clown makeup on. And then there's a clown. It's a Bloody Mary mirror, but it comes up with a clown image if you know.
Now I also noticed you had a John Wayne Gacy picture in the clown room.
Yes. So you can. This is where we get into the clown maze, and it's just nothing but curtains.
And people are terrified of stuff like this because they don't know what's on the other side. And it's very claustrophobic. Whoops, where do you go?
That way.
To here?
The Calliope Circus fell apart.
I just went in a circle.
This was mostly due to many accidents.
I'm following you guys and
Maybe I should let you follow my voice.
How do we get over there?
The clowns always send me around and around.
Oh, I see, I
And
see.
they mess with you.
So you can get lost
You can get
Oh,
lost.
yeah.
and go back and, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Toy with
They'll,
you.
they'll turn you around. Imagine you got no lights. I mean, there's just strobe lights going off and all the other lights are off.
Yeah.
And here's the tunnel that we,
So, we were one of the first to put a grate on it. The rest of the plastic was never going to hold up, and everybody was doing clear plastic. We decided to do the grate because we were building it in with a steel. We built our own. We had to build our own ramp to keep it flat to the deck because we didn't have the height to go higher. So ours is going down below the floor so that our floor can stay level. But you notice the handrail is leaning. We've got a button where we can make the handrail move.
oh, that's awesome.
So the handrail is hinged. That's why the opening.
Oh yeah, I
is sloped.
see that. It's hinged.
That's very unique.
We were, I did this 25 years ago, right?
I gotta
When we built it, we spent a week putting all these hinges and railing on it.
Yeah.
And then I went home and I had a nightmare that I was in a courtroom and I was looking up at the judge with the white wig. And he said, he asked the guy on the stand, what did you say, the handrail was moving? And I came back and I had him lock it up. I didn't know he was
And these
But I'm like,
corridors right here.
I said, we're moving. Somebody's going to fall and shred your knee, right? It's the first side of it.
Is this another secret room over here?
You're going back to where we were now. That's how reactors
Looks like I'm lost on this boat. I don't want to go down with the ship, I can tell you that. I don't, if she
Oh,
sinks,
darn, dead end.
dead end.
Yeah, you want to get in here.
What?
Come down the corner with the camera, you want to be in. You're good at getting trapped. We'll take him around the corner and you
We're
can
stuck, Larry.
get a picture in the curtain there.
Yeah.
Take a look.
Is there a way to keep her there?
Larry.
Like, can I pay extra?
Are you leaving me, Larry?
Yes, I'm definitely leaving you. And by the way, I found a bunch of money. I'd like to have that. And look, it actually looks like he is sewing. And it looks like he's gonna vomit, of course. This room looks really cool. Is this real?
This is all stuff from the boat, but it's been moved from the original crew restroom to another place because
What is the pad for?
we have I was just going to tell you, we have a contortionist. I mean, she twists herself.
So this is for her to walk on.
It's for her to do her stuff. She's on the floor most of the time, like a spider and all twisted up.
Wow.
So she has to have a cushioned floor.
And of course, a boat. Look at all those spiders and the bugs.
This is done up so nice.
Look at this. I need to get, like, I'm so hungry I could actually eat this.
Oh, look at the flies.
And this is one disgusting. Look at that, over the coals. Fingers, eyeballs, steaks, cow bones.
That's what we should have done with our old barbecue pit. We should have thrown it out.
And look, they put some kind of plastic in here to make it look like there's water in it.
That's love it.
I love your mess hall.
Thank you.
I do too.
Oh, it looks like they have, this is where they keep the food.
There you go.
I think he's trying to scare us and it's not working.
I think so too.
Did you go this way?
Nope.
Now, do you go through it a lot? I'm guessing this is for an actor. Look at that.
Coast Guard.
This is like absolutely like Looks like the real parts of the ship. And look, the ship's got medical.
Yeah, right?
Did the ship have a med stop?
Had everything you needed to be away from home.
You go this way?
Oh, his head, yeah.
You go this way? Looks like I'm
let's see.
trapped in here.
No, this way. Isn't this an RIP room?
Which way?
That's an RIP room.
Yeah. No, straight ahead. Oh, wait, there?
You have to open this?
Well, because it goes outside. It's normally,
Oh, I see. So you have to close it.
well, it's open during the show, but closed at night when.
What percentage have we made it through?
We're doing more than half now.
Holy cow, this
Come back here, you can see it. We've got another wheel well. This is where our actors are breaking. Our makeup room is all in the back where the crash was. Our manager, show manager. And then we have this, Terry told you we have a bar for our extreme night. This is a private room that people can rent for birthdays, Terry's daughter. So we have a private room, and then for the extreme nights we'll have our bar in here.
Holy cow. I'm gonna grab a bag of these chips.
You're so hot.
And lots of pictures of the original ship. They're all over the place.
We found one of a guy that served on the ship. We found his wallet in a wall. I guess he had lost it when he was on board.
I told you we moved the bathroom from one place to another, so we took the showers down. And in between the showers, there was that much space, and the wallet had fallen between the walls.
What year was the wallet?
1940 something.
Oh my.
So I looked up the guy's name, found him, and you know you can do who is and
Yeah.
find him. And I got a hold of an old guy in Florida. I said, "Don't hang up. This is going to be the craziest call you ever had. Is your social security number?" Blah, blah, blah. And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, I've got your social security card. I've got a picture of a nice looking young lady too." He said, "I found your wallet." I didn't lose my wallet. I said, "Well, you probably did a long time ago." It had he had gotten a raise from $1.45 to $1.47 because he went to the second shift, and the document was in his wallet. He said, "Oh, I can't let my wife see that. That's not my wife. That's not my wife." So he's the only crew member we've ever talked to that's actually worked the boat.
Yeah.
And that survived. And so I asked him, what was it like? And he said, "I was 16 years old. I worked for a summer on this boat, a summer on the sister boat, the Black, and I'll never forget how hot it was. You could never get away from the heat. Because the boiler was always on, it was always steam. And, he was not an officer, so he didn't get up in the front where it was cool. He was always in the back. And he said, I'll never forget how hot it was. So he spent 2 summers on the boat.
Wow.
And we found his wallet. It was fun to talk to him.
So do you go this way?
We're going to go down the other wheel well now. You've been upstairs, we're going to go down now.
Is this the last section?
Yes.
And it's locked.
I wasn't aware what we were doing. I would have had it all open when you got here. I have to apologize.
Not at all. Thanks for accommodating us.
Do you like visiting haunted houses?
I do.
Do you go to any, you know?
Well, we bought tickets to the one at Transworld, which is you guys, and then I've gone to Den and some of the other ones around here, but mostly I'm here all season long.
Yeah.
I went to Halloween Horror Nights a couple of years ago at Universal. We did their VIP tour, which was pristine for me.
Look at this.
They have the Owensboro Fear Fair. We went through Indiana.
Yeah.
Got to the edge of Nightmare on Edgewater.
Now, do you go through this in complete darkness?
Pretty much. They try to get some light to reflect off the water so you can see the water. So we don't let it be completely dark because we want you to be able to see that you're walking under the water.
Wow, now you're like walking into the bowels of the ship. And look at that. That's how it's painted, sons. That's what it really looks like. Oh, there's some fog down here.
Yeah.
And now you're in like a creek. A very creepy. Go this way.
Wow.
I mean, like, this is like beyond like realistic, because this is absolutely real. I can see where people would be very, very scared to come down here.
See the octopus?
Yes. Some distortion stops. I mean, I can tell you, in my opinion, that in a way you feel very, very, very claustrophobic. And you absolutely would be, I can see why people would be very, very scared of this particular haunted house. It's up, it's down, it's all around. You're looking up, you know, down 30 feet. Look at this, a bubblegum wall. You're looking up, you're looking down. You're walking on steel grates. You're walking past like all kinds of stuff. And then if you look at here too, like you're ducking. And then look at this, they have a swamp maze. It's like they have it all here. Like you name it, they have it. They've gotten big giant animatronics in here, which I don't even know how the hell they did that. Because this thing is very tight.
Woo!
It really looks nice when you cut the lights off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See, that's real right there. That's absolutely real. And this is, you can tell this is the side of the ship. This is what's holding it together, keeping the water out. And they have a lot of animatronics here. Look at them, having a big load on me. If I'm guessing, look at that, that just jumped right in your face. And here's another one. My guess is they've got about 60 animations in here. I don't even want to know how the hell they get them all on here. Look at this. This is like completely all real.
This room.
This is down here. This stuff has been here for 85 years.
You see this here? I've got a couple of them. Those are the Chuck E. Cheese animatronics.
Oh, okay.
I've had people that have seen pictures of them that have called us, want us to sell them the Chuck E. Cheese character.
That's crazy.
Bunch of stuff.
And so finally, we're out. And then as you walk to the front of the ship, you can see this is where the ship was damaged and a wreck. They have photos inside documenting that.
You can see the crash here.
Yeah, you can see the crash.
You see the this crane that was here?
Yeah.
That was back here on the deck.
What is this big old beam here?
That's what keeps us in place. It's
That's
called a
what.
spud.
Okay.
It's called a spud if you're a boat. If you're on a boat.
And right there is the Cincinnati Reds Stadium. And it looks like they have an arena, and it's right there. And that's where the Cincinnati Bengals play. And there's a couple more riverboats down there. And you know, I'm gonna just say that, you know, when you look at this place, you think, oh, it's a really short haunted house. It's not that big, but it's like freaking gigantic.
It is.
How many different floors do you go up and down?
Well, you're on 4 different levels, but the boat has 2. We go down below it in the one area where the impaler is, and then we're up. So we're really on 3 levels. But it's the way we've mazed around it. I mean, most people go 30 minutes, and if you do the RIP experience, they're 40, 45.
Holy cow.
And on our extreme night, some of the people go through twice. We'll split the group up, and there's a door we just send half of them back through, and the other half back here waiting for their release. It's pretty funny.
And if you think we're not on the water, I mean, look at the shimmering, the lights from the bridge just shimmering on the water. You are on the water, and there's the Cincinnati Reds. And you know, right there, you can see the top of the riverboat. So in the Cincinnati Reds baseball stadium, they have, like I said, a riverboat. And man, it's really pretty down here, very pretty. And I would recommend that if you ever get to Kentucky, Cincinnati area, you come see this haunt. And I want to come back and see it operating, because this place is crazy. It's very detailed, a lot of original stuff all over the place, and I absolutely love it. Now, make sure you check out by subscribing to our page. We have way more videos coming, and we just did a whirlwind tour through Ohio. We literally made 7 videos in one day. 7 videos in one day. Now we got to head back to St. Louis, and so
with the oil embargo, they tied the dredges up, and all 3 of the 4.
and so much knowledge about the ship. So thanks for giving us the tour.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks for giving us the tour.
Hey, anytime.
I need to come back when it's operating, because it's so claustrophobic. Like, you're literally just trying to find your way through it, and an actor just jumps out at you. It'd be crazy.
I feel like customers should absolutely buy the RIP experience.
You saw the extra rooms.
Those
you can
look
imagine what
really
that does.
cool and interesting. I think that's a really unique way to pull extra dollars out of people. That's smart and
it's a really unique way to scare the ship even more out of them as well. It gives us a better opportunity to scare the ship out of them.
Scare the ship out of them.
Okay, but
Yeah, it's so
the reason
funny.
is to really get the adrenaline junkie their fill.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for giving us the tour. And again, how do you get to here? You're in Kentucky, technically.
We're in Newport, Kentucky.
Newport, Kentucky, and it's USSnightmare.com.
Yes.
You'll find all the directions, all the tickets, everything there.
What about Instagram? What's your Instagram page? Same thing?
At USS Nightmare.
At USS Nightmare.
Well, all I can say is we'll see you at Transworld. I think I would be actually a little afraid to come here, so I don't know if I'll come back. I'm afraid of, she wants to come back.
Legendary Haunt Tour. If you want to join yourself, you can come back and see them all in operation.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, Legendary this year. Oh, I forgot it's coming here.
They've
Yeah.
been, they've been trying to get us to do it for years, but like Terry said, we have to move this boat, and we normally move it very quickly. We shut down middle of November, we're gone.
Wants us out. Yeah.
You're just saying open an extra week.
Well, this year, we're really not, but this year's a late week, so it happened to work out.
So go to Legendary Haunt Tour. If you're a haunted house owner, I would highly recommend you come check out USS Nightmare. Well, you know what? Pleasant screams, happy haunting, happy Halloween, and all of that. And have fun trick-or-treating if you still do that, because I still do. And this year I'm going to go as... haven't decided. I'm thinking about being the Fonz. How about that? Well, you guys take care.
Thank you.
And one more time, Cincinnati Reds, Cincinnati Skyline.
For scary videos and more, subscribe to our YouTube page, Hauntworld.com.